Right, welcome everybody to Hybrid Racing F1 Monday night. First race of the new season at Abu Dhabi. Got a good grid. Should be a good race, just like last night at Bahrain in the Sunday division. Just a heads up, we've had workers in the house all day that have just left, and we've had a Chinese delivered, so I've got a bit of food in front of me. So just a heads up for you all. But we are counting down then to start the session. I believe it's, so short qualifying followed by 50% race. Here at Abu Dhabi with its new layout, so the chicane at the end of the straight is gone, and it's a sort of sweeping left-hander now. But also the first sector as well, the chicane there has been taken out and it just goes head straight down to the hairpin. So should be pretty decent. Hey Lennon, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining. And everybody else, quite a few of you out there already. Right, let's get some details up. So we want the telemetry and the lap data and the track map. Other than that, no need for anything else. You know everybody's using softs, so that's cool. Let's find out who that first car is then. So it's the Aston Martin of Lennon, who's said hi in chat. So let's see what Lennon can do. Yeah, so first time I've seen Lennon racing outside of another league that I know him in. So interested to see how he gets on tonight. He's been improving all the time. The league that I was actually racing in, I am now comms in instead. So, letting out of the chicane. They kept that chicane then, so in the middle of the two long straights. They're still separated by the chicane, so which is good. I think there's mixed feelings about the track. I think that on the whole, most people seem to enjoy the new layout. I, for one, and I know a few other people say this, but the chicane that's been taken out at the end of the straights, which is now just a long left-hander, to be honest, I preferred the chicane being there. I've had a few other people say that to me, but it is what it is. A bit different being here for the first race of the new season tonight. Obviously, Abu Dhabi usually at the end of the season. So Lennon starts his first hot lap then. And it's just seeing what he can put on the board and the sort of target. There's an Alfa Romeo there, but it's well out of the way. Nicely done. He's going to be getting out of the way again in a second, because there's more cars coming around that are on hot laps, so just come out of pits at a slightly awkward time. Lennon's lap looking pretty solid so far. Bit of curb on the entries, a little bit wide on exit out of the chicane. May just compromise his speed a little bit along the second half of the straight. But still, it wasn't too bad. I don't think he would have lost a massive amount of time on that. Nicely round the long left-hander. Easy to run wide out of there if you get on the power a little bit too early. It's annoying right-hander still on the track. That's the one I didn't get rid of. Really difficult corner to brake for. If you don't run ABS, even with ABS it can be difficult. Through the final corner then, across the line, and it's gets underway with a 26.5, so a good little target. Daguner straight away does a 24.5. That's an impressive lap from Daguner early on. Brage 25.3. We've lost W Pool. That's at sector 1. Can I get to someone there in time? Just about. He's just over on your left hand side. So W Pool raced last night in the Sunday Night League and didn't have his usual sort of qualifying. He's usually somewhere near the front, but started, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's somewhere around P12. will tonight find himself well, as it stands right now, he'd be starting from the back. So we're limited at the moment. A driver I've not seen before. He's not in the Sunday League, so I've not seen him yet. So let's have a look. See how he gets on. Now, look pretty good. Maybe got a bit more. Could push a bit more speed into the corner. But for the moment, of course, just wants to get a lap on the board like everybody else. So that's the main thing. Comes round into the right-hander. That is now basically a flat-out corner. And round the final corner and across the line we will see him, and it's a 25.7, which puts him P7 for the moment after his first run. JC3453, so I'm just going to call him JC, obviously. So JC into the final couple of corners now. Another one I've not seen race before. Out of the final corner, and 24.2, nice lap. That's the fastest lap of the session so far. Looks like we've got a fast one on our hands. Demon Toaster. Oh, that's I can't even begin to know what that says. Fox. I don't know. I'll call him FX. FX goes round. Goes back to Demon Toaster as he's entered into the final sector. I don't think you're likely to get more than one lap out of set softs around here. I think it is literally do a lap, pit, take another set on as Demon Toaster goes round as well. Thank goodness Ghosting's on, because we might have lost a few there. Who else then? English, who I know very well and is very fast. So let's see how he gets on here. Just come up towards the end of sector 2, 17.5 in the first sector. Graphic shows purple, but you can't always trust that, particularly on a first lap when people haven't set a time before yet. Aldini's retired from the session. He's lost it in exactly the same place as W. Paul. Difference is that Aldini got a time on the board. It had been a 27.2, but he did get a time on the board, so he would definitely start ahead of W. Paul. English then on his way down towards the end of sector 2. Again, the graphic shows purple, but like I said, you can't always trust that at the moment. So through into the final part of the lap. There's a Ferrari getting out of the way. And out of the final corner he comes then, and it's a 24.7, goes P4 for the moment. Just in a Fox Hunter, he's into the pits. Ben de Beern. Ben de Beern. I don't know what that's all about, but so Ben then, actually through the Ferrari that we saw getting out of the way for English. Now of course started his lap. Just having a look where Daguna might be on the moment. It's just that he seems to be back onto a hot lap, so we'll stick with Ben and then I'll switch to Daguna straight after. So it looks like FX has gone into the pit lane, so he didn't complete that lap. Probably just easier to pit, get a new set of boots and go back out. And ooh, wow, okay, Ben Yearly losing it with an oversteer and those two corners, but saved it, and around he comes across the line. 25.6 puts him in P9 for the moment. Let's go then, as I said, to the Gooner, who is just coming through the last couple of corners. And he goes nearly quarter of a second quicker, and P2. Nice improvement from the Gooner. I don't know if that AlphaTauri was a distraction for him or not, but didn't appear to get in the way, but just may have distracted him slightly. Swanus has only just gone onto a lap. Oh, Big Willie is invalidated. Nobody likes a Red Willie. What's on then goes fastest, 23.9. What's on doing what What's on does. Human Toaster, by the looks of things, not doing a proper lap. Let's go then to JC, who was slightly up in first sector. We watch him then in the Alpine. Lovely car this year, the Alpine. Looks nice, drives nice. Two very good drivers driving for them in real life, Esteban Ocon and Fernando Alonso. I think we're going to see them score regular points all season this year. They have so far. And had some good qualifying sessions as well. Will you believe it's Cutting King? Hey man. JC then through the final corner. Can he improve? He does. He improves by 2 tenths and goes back ahead of the Gooner for P2. Instead of 1/10.5 off What's on. He's already done a very good lap. This is Lando in the other Alpine, so he's just gone into the final sector. Things looking good for Alpine early doors. Currently in P2 and P5. Can Lando improve? Oh, it looks like there's a Ferrari crashed. Oh, it's Big Willie Fitz, I think. He's retired out. I think he's crashed at the pit entry. As Lando, I didn't actually see if he improved, but he stays P5. Die Hard swanning slightly up, but not that far around the lap yet. Let's go to Hunter. So, Hunter just come in. The 2 left-handers now. Just the 2 right-handers remain. See if he stays flat out through this. I don't think he was flat. I think he lifted slightly. Not sure though. It's a 25 flat from Hunter. It's a nice lap. Puts him up to P7. Good improvement. Die Hard Swanee is unfortunately invalidated. Lando well down, obviously. Derek just completed his lap, so he's done 28.9 in P15. We know he has started ahead of W Pool and FX. Even Toaster's back out on an out lap. Might be struggling for someone now at the moment on a hot lap. Not entirely sure that we've got anybody at the moment that's doing a lap. English retires from the session. Can't see anything on the track, so I think he's retired in the pits to say he's happy with what he's done, which is fair enough. The Gooner does the same, so we're getting late in the session now anyway, won't we? So 2. No issues getting away. They're both on in-laps in a way, these two. So, who's on a hot lap? Demon Toaster is on a hot lap, so let's see how he can get on. Hasn't got a time on the board yet. Definitely wants to get a time on the board. That'll learn him a couple of positions in a way, so... Oh, Derek actually carried on there and has gone ahead of Smolos. So, into P14. It's the AlphaTauri of Demon Toaster. I'm surprised Derek carried on, did another lap. He had enough time to pit and get back out again, whereas now he's not going to. Demon Toaster looking pretty decent, pretty tidy lap. Coming into final couple of corners. Definitely not flat out through there, eased off quite a bit. It's a 26-2, so Demon Toaster moves up to P11. So limited. Just coming up to the end of sector 2, and he's half a second up. So he's heading towards a 25-2, which at the moment would see him just move out to one place to 9th, unless he can find some more time in the final sector. Look good through there. Look good. Can he take it flat? He's done the right thing by gearing out. Oh, he's tried to take it flat, I think, but that's invalidated his time. And he would have gone a 24.6, so he would have actually gone up to P4 with that lap with XPG. Now he does have enough time to do a cooldown lap if he's got the fuel. Trying to find... XPG is 3 tenths faster in sector 1 once more, but he's got no energy. So this is where it's going to cost him time all the way down the straight. I'm surprised he hasn't turned that energy off to try and gain enough back to do another lap after this. With the amount he improved, it's quite possible he could improve still without the energy, because we saw him take 1.1 seconds off. He's not going to do that again, but it's possible he might be able to improve a bit. In a few places maybe. Cool. He's still up, see, just over a 1/10.5, so he is still up. Skyhard Swanee gets disqualified from the qualifying session. We're facing the wrong way, and that will put him down to the back as XPG spins it out of the first of the two left-handers, gets himself off the track into a wall, unfortunately, but he just got out of somebody's way quickly there, so fair play. Let's go to Hunter, who's found... Oh no, he had just improved by half a second actually, and he's found himself back up into P7. Anybody else? Lennon. He's just finished a lap and spins it. Out of turn 1. Demon Toaster, he's invalidated. I'm not sure then that about Bridge. Watch Bridge down to the end of sector 2 and see if there's any improvement going on there. As Watson goes faster again, he does a 23.6 just to show he can. Don't think he needed to, but why not? You've got 4 sets of softs. I don't think softs are going to be that useful around Abu Dhabi, to be quite honest with you. So as well, it's a bit of practice as well. Bridge then, going into the final couple of corners. So, I'm not watching Bridge. What is going on? I was watching Foxhounds. That was weird. I changed to Bridge, but it didn't actually switch. Miles down in the end, then Bridge. So I think that's it. Let's go to Lennon. No, 12.6 down. So that's the end of qualifying. So congratulations to Watson, who takes the pole position. JC in P2, Daguna P3, Lando P4, Bridge in 5, English takes P6. I'll complete the countdown positions just at the end of this one, when they come up, back up again. So, English P6, Hunter P7, Ben de Beirn P8, XPG Limited, although clearly had a lot more pace in him than that, so be interesting to see him coming through. Derek P10, Demon Toaster 11, Lennon 12, Big Willie Fitz 13, Aldini 14, Small Loss 15, W Pool 16, FX 17, and Die Hard Swanee in 18 after being disqualified and kicking himself for that. Excellent. Okay, guys, we normally now take a little break, so stick with us. We'll be back shortly for the race. I'm going to take this opportunity to eat some of my food, because I've had about 3 chips so far. So I will take this opportunity to eat some food, and I'll be back with you ready for the race. See you in a bit. Right, hello everyone. I'm back. I failed in my attempt to eat a large bag of chips, spring roll and curry sauce in the short break there. Gave it a good go, but never quite managed it. Right, we don't want that Delta now. Let's get we got the full chat map already. That's all we want, I think. Let's have a quick look at the tyres. See, different selections all the way through. Very different from Die Hard Swanee at the back, going for softs. Obviously wants to be quick at the start to try and make up some places, but we'll have to pit early. Maybe gambling on it on the idea of a safety car early on. But other than that, the top 8 all start on the mediums. Then XPG and Derek deciding to start on hards. And from Demon Toaster in 11th down to Small Loss in 15th on mediums, W-Pool on hards, FX on mediums, and obviously Die Hard Swanee we already mentioned on softs at the back. So it should be interesting. We got people down the order, so W-Pool and Die Hard Swanee particularly down the order that we should be expecting to sort of come through. Also XPG in P9 I think is likely to come through as well. So definitely some chances of some good racing, and good overtakes hopefully. Just a second. Just getting Dad to make me a cup of coffee. Right then, so we're coming round to the grid slots. How many disqualifications? 18 on the track. I'm going to go for 5 disqualifications for overshooting the slots. There's one. Ben de Beeren, XPG, Lennon, Big Willie. Come on, I need one more to have it right. Come on. Yes, Die Hard Swanee. Spot on with the prediction of 5 disqualifications for overshooting. I haven't. So, come on, lights. Look at the AlphaTauri and the Alpine on the right hand side. How much they've aimed their cars over to the left as we look at it. They appear to be stuck. It's migrating the host. Oh dear. Oh, lights are coming on. We need Vox Hunter. We need Vox Hunter. Oh man. Vox Hunter. Viewer game card. Invite to game. Oh, did that even do anything then? Invite to game. There we go. My apologies, guys, but I want to get him back in as quick as possible. And we've lost Bridge. There's a big smash. The Aston was round and he's caught the Red Bull. That was Watson as well from pole. Fortunately, there's been contact. Watson round makes contact with Bridge, and that has taken Bridge out of the race. So unfortunate for Bridge. It's a full course double waved yellow, and it is a full safety car. Okay, I'm just having a look at the Discord, guys. There's some messages going up. No mention of any restart at the moment, so let's get back to it. Got a bit of a mess at the start. Means we've lost Bridge, but I know there is more with damage. I'm sure Watson has damage, but there's more than that. We'll find out obviously when they pit. Where's Die Hard Swanee really got to? He's got up 7 places to P11 on those softs. But with an early safety car, really up to pit, that's the question. Demon Toaster also up 7 places from 11th to 4th. Big Willie Fitz the same, from 13th to 6th. Who else? FX up 9 places from... Well, was up 9 places. Where is he? Why did people overtake him then under safety car? What's going on? English has left the session. What do you mean after grid are disqualified? English is out. Right, I don't know. People are asking for a restart in the Discord, guys. What's answer? I know you tend to listen, or somebody listens, but on the admins, people are asking for a restart, but I don't know what I mean by so many got disqualified off the start line. Nobody's been disqualified. It was a mayhem start. We lost the host, which always causes problems. He is back with us now. He's in control of the car. Just keeping an eye on Discord so I can see any messages popping up. Thank you. So then, through the drivers, made out the places. Our pole man is at the back of the still runners, having pitted for a new wing, I believe. Let's bring up the tyres again. Yeah, so we pitted and went onto hards. Small lots went onto softs. I would have thought softs are pretty redundant around here, to be honest. Same for Swanee, obviously he started on the softs, but not entirely sure what the strategy is there. I plan a 2-stop, but I can't imagine. Mind you, I've not done an actual race here, so maybe the game does offer a soft to hard 1-stop. What a start from the 2 Alpines then, currently running P1 and P2. Lando and JC, safety car in this lap, there's a confirmation. And again, swapping of places under safety car, guys, you're not allowed to do it. You don't even need to be running side by side with someone, just stick behind them, no need for it. So, the game will slow Lando right down. Just mention, I just realised, by the way, that third and the 2. Is it the 2 Williams in third and fourth? No, I think one's an AlphaTauri, isn't it? So, there goes Lando. He's moved. JC looks to follow. Gooner up JC, but not quite close enough. Let's have a quick look further down the field, flip through. Looks like everybody's off and running okay. So, what the team orders, it's Alpine then. Rolando be letting JC through. Will they be allowed to battle? As then the Bearn gets past Lennon into P12. Further down. In a moment, obviously no. Oh, that didn't look good. So that was Rafataria, Demon Toaster, and XPG. Yeah, but again, Big Willie's having a look now. Toaster. And Big Willie is through on the inside. Have the inside again here. Into the right-hander. So, yeah, nice overtake from Big Willie Fitz. Oh, and he spun it. Oh, Big Willie, what have you done after doing so well? We lose Lennon from the session. A couple of taps on the back of the Williams there. Big Willie. So, looks like at the moment Big Willie's got the speed on Die Hard Swanee. So, yeah. At the moment, Big Willie all over Demon Toaster's rear. You know, Toaster looks like he's got a... Sorry, Die Hard Swanee looks like he's got a run. No, I was right first time. Demon Toaster looks like he's got a run at Swanee and gets the moves done. So it'll be Swanee now that comes under pressure from Big Willie. The house just in front of this, by the way, is Hunter. We're in good uniform order at the moment. Obviously, things will start happening a bit more. Start happening a bit more as the DRS activates. Unlucky England. I didn't actually see what happened, buddy. It's I just saw the DNF come up. So, mind as Big Willie then gets past Die Hard Swanee. It's into P7. Hunter at the moment looking like he's got good pace. It's getting away from these guys a little bit. So, Big Willie already over the back of Big Willie's all over the back of Demon Toaster already. DRS is activated. You see Demon Toaster using his energy to defend that. Just wondering if Big Willie is using his. They're on about the same. Oh no, actually, Demon Toaster's got about a 10% more. We can get a better angle than that. Please, Coders. Quick for the moment. Daguna picks up a penalty in the early stages. So Big Willie down the left-hand side. Oh, let's go back to the broadcast cam. See, Die Hard was having a little look there. I bet those 5-lap old softs are already feeling a bit worn. It won't last long around a track like this, soft tyres. So, oh, and Die Hard's round. He'd lost it. That's dropped into 12th, and can't see any obvious damage on the wing. Will he come straight in? No, he's going to continue. So. Obviously no damage done, otherwise I think he would have pitted because he should be coming up to a pit stop in a way. The two Ferraris then, now P7 and P8. As we lose FX, and that is a safety car, that's a full safety car, so FX is out. I believe he's around here somewhere. Into the pits comes Small Loss. I think he's over on the left hand side over there. So Small Loss pits, reacts to it straight away. He may have been better served actually doing another lap first on those tyres, on those softs, and then coming in well, especially putting another set of softs on. Could have been better served completing a lap under safety car on the old set and then it's in the next lap, really. Never mind, we live and we learn. Equally, he's up to P7, having an impressive race so far. Same from Hunter, impressive so far from P5. XPG started well, which I suggested he would, up 5 places at the moment. The Gooner, still in P3, has been higher, but really quite happily running in P3. Obviously has the 3-second penalty, but it's an Alpine day today. I think you'll find Lando just said to himself, look, if JC pits, I'll stay out. If he doesn't, I'll come in. And JC stayed out, so in comes Lando. And XPG picks up a drive-through penalty, speeding under safety car. It's a nightmare around here. A long old pit lane to have to take a drive-through on. There's Watson into the pits, trying to recover after the first lap incident. So that puts Hunter up into P3 now. The Gooner also pitted and has dropped to 9th. And Big Willie. So these guys are going on to hards, I'm pretty sure, thinking to themselves, well, we can go to the end from here on a set of hards. So if they get lucky and there's no more safety cars, it could really pay dividends later on. English just sounds to me that he crashed turn 1 with Bridge, broke front wing and just left because yes, okay. Game's not ready for online racing. It's bugging for you, is it? Well, I think it didn't help that we lost the host at the start. So Hunter dropped out the lobby at the start of the race, so that probably didn't help, if I'm honest. So I'm pretty sure we're going to do another lap because Small Loss seems to be stuck in the chicane. What's going on there? I must admit, as you know, English, in ARC we were due to start the season at Abu Dhabi, but we moved it to the final race of the season and brought Spain, basically swapped it with Spain, because it didn't seem to be. Well, there was glitching going on when we did the pre-season races. Cars were getting stuck on track and just wouldn't move. They couldn't take control of the car at all, and it was just a pain. And there was nothing in today's update to suggest they were fixing that. I don't know what Small Loss is doing. He's lost out on gaining the place there because of being so slow. I'm really not sure what he was doing there. Is it raining? I had this last night in another race I did comms on last night where I kept thinking it was raining and it wasn't. What made it even better is one of the drivers actually pitted for intermediates, which made me think he was listening to me. Went in for intermediate tyres, came out and crashed. So, Hunter up to P2 then. Obviously, well, he's going to end up leading the race because XPG has a drive-through, as we know, so. I didn't realise you were involved, I must admit, in the incident with Bridge English. I saw Watson got involved, but was involved in it. I think Watson hit Bridge, I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to watch it back to know what happened, but again, two cars are switching places. Why? Right, anyway, let's go to the leaders. So, when will XPG go? Away he goes now. Hunter will follow, but Demon Toaster's got to run on him. Let's go to the broadcast cam. He's going to go around the outside at turn 1. It looks like he's got that move made. Be a bit steady, boys. Can't win the race in one turn. So, what's happened there? Demon Toaster's been round. I was wondering why the camera was sticking there. It was because Demon Roaster lost it and he's dropped to 13th. Did I just say Demon Roaster? Demon Toaster. As Watson is into the pits, he's gone back to hard tyres that he started on. So, XPG currently leading but has a drive through. Ben Verbeeren, penalty free, but still on the original tyres. Oh, we've lost Hunter. There he was, just about saw him. Don't know if Watson's going to get round before we lose him. And out comes the safety car once again. Third safety car of the race already. Oh, it does. They do tend to find that it gets a little bit boring with the safety cars, especially around a track like this where the laps are so long. But, unfortunately, Hunter's car is gone, so we can't see the wreckage. We caught a quick glimpse of it previously. Well then, now, if you're on medium tyres, you need to come in and put hards on. There's no waiting now, which Ben does. I'm not entirely sure why Sauce would want to be staying out right now. I don't see the point. You're literally at the point where you would be doing or almost at the point, I think, where you'd be stopping if you're starting on medium tyres. So what the point of staying on softs is, I'm not entirely sure. So, but I'm sure these boys have got in their head what they intend to do. Regarding strategy, they've also got it planned out. It's clearly, you know, with Diard Swanee, obviously he started on the softs, so his was completely planned. And he's already switched to the hards, but Smallos and Lando have since switched to softs. So I've not done an actual race around here yet. Well, I've done a 5-lapper or 2, but not a race of any distance. So I would assume that the softs ain't going to last more than 5 or 6 laps in this game. So, you know, I know we've had a lot of laps under safety cars, so these soft boys haven't really put that much into the tyres yet, but they still wear a bit under the safety car, to be honest. But anyway, let's leave them alone. It's their race. Perhaps they've got another safety car in this race yet. For reason. Stops wise, old Watson at the back's already on 3 stops. He's doing well. Smallos has taken 2 and he's sitting in 6th. Smallos pits then. He's decided the same, so he's getting off those softs now. Makes sense. On goes fresh hards. Ideally timed for him. The guys on hards we no need to pit are XPG, W Paul, Derek. So unfortunately for XPG, put Watson as well is on 8 laps, so may well have to pit as well. I think everybody else can make it to the end on the hards they're on. Poor XPG lead in the race off of the restart, but not only has a drive-through penalty, but still has to pit as well. So not great for him. Safety car will be in this lap. It's not come up yet, but the back man, which is small loss at the moment, who just pitted, is already onto the back. Oh, Alpine, you'll have to give that place back, W. Paul, I believe. Surely he's got to give that place back. Well, he's not. The game doesn't appear to be giving him a penalty. I know that Lando had had a little bit of a moment, but he didn't seem to. He didn't appear to leave the track. So, well, the game's deemed it fair. So there we have it. In a way, there's your confirmation that safety car is in this lap. I suspect Lando's going to go as far as XPG and W. Paul on these softs and pit at the same time, I'd imagine. Maybe try and hang it out a lap because the overcut should be pretty strong. Well, I say that on a long lap like this, it may be less strong the overcut than the undercut, because obviously once you get the tyres warm, which you're pretty much done it by the end of sector. Well, probably by the end of the chicane in the middle of the two straights, your tyres should be warm by then. So you've got the rest of the lap to really put it in on fresh tyres. It's probably not as strong as here as it would be at a shorter track like we saw last night. Watson is back into the pits again. These boys going at it. We've got a pretty good angle here of the two leaders. Paul hangs it running outside. He's had contact with XPG. Makes him spin slightly. Lando is going to need a new set of trousers after that. Can't believe that car ghosted so fast. But XPG did recover it. He is back into third, but again, I know I've said it a few times, but as we know, he's got to drive through and still has to pit as well, so he's going to drop down to the back at some point. Talking about his driver, I'm thinking of when he's got to serve it. I think he may be able to do one more lap after this. I'm not entirely sure, as W. Paul picks up a penalty. To be quite honest, right now, things are just looking better for the likes of Daguna, JC, Swanee, Big Willie, Aldini. Just looking better and better for them all the time. So, some, by the way, put a set of softs on at the back, so I think he might be coming in for a fifth pit stop at some point. Maybe thinks he'd do a double soft stint to the end now. Try and catch the back of the pack, and then there's going to be other drivers that have to pit as well. So, who is that? That's Demon Toaster. He's lost it on the right-hander before the hairpin, and drops to P12. Small loss also dropped there. And Bieran's got ahead of him. I think Derek's lost it. That's a bit different. He's lost it at the start of the chicane. Usually if people lose it here, they lose it here under traction. But he's lost it at the start of the chicane somehow. And this is XPG defending at the moment from Daguna, who's putting him under all sorts of pressure. Daguna, my friend, I would probably put this position on track. The guy's got a drive through, as you will know. And he's got a pit still. I know he don't want to be held up too much, but in he comes then. He has to take the drive through, I think, so in he comes to serve that drive through. I think he will drop. Probably not right away to the back, but he will do, of course, when he takes a stop. Die Hard Swanee also pit in there. So, got a yellow in sector 1. I think it's small loss. It is indeed. It was somewhere at a sort of turn 1, turn 2. I'm not entirely sure where. Looks like he's just struggling to get the tyres going again. Ah, and into the wall. That looked terrible. I'm not going to lie. That didn't look good, small loss. And that has brought out a full safety car. That might take some explaining if the bosses see that one, if I'm honest. That did not look good. So, full safety car, which saves XPG completely now. So, he's served his drive-through. He's come out of the drive-through in P9. He still needs to pit, but there's a full safety car, so he can pit and rejoin at the back. And surely Watson will come back in for his 5th pit stop of the race, stick on a set of mediums and go to the end. Who else? Derek will almost certainly pit, and some of the guys at the front, W. Paul and Lando are in. Surely both going to mediums, I should imagine. There's a set of mediums for W. Paul. And that looked like hards, actually, for Lando. Which may be a better option, to be fair. So, lots of pit stops going on. Toasted didn't pit. Here's XPG then, as predicted. So on goes a set of mediums. Taken to the end. Same for Derek. And same for Watson. He's not having much luck here, is he? His mediums are, of course, 3 laps old already. So, I mentioned about the rain earlier on. I think it's, like I worked out yesterday, I think it's just a little bit of flickering that goes on the screen that's causing me to think it's rain, and it's not. But the good news, guys, this is safety car number 4, so potentially we could only have one more safety car in a way, so, but unfortunately I think we're going to be going another lap, because what's on down at the back is still a little way off. He's only going through the chicane in the middle of the straights, so, and he doesn't want to lever it round. He could actually do with another lap under safety car in a way, to be fair, because his tyres are really slightly worn. But I'm sticking away on some of these hard tyres, mine. So Daguna's on 8. That'll be 9 pretty soon. Well, here's Watson. He is catching right onto the back, but surely it's way too late. They've gone past the pit entry, so no, there will not be a safety car. Will not come in, obviously, now, and lap 17 of the race will be completed under the safety car and will come in next lap. So lap 18 of 29 is when we will get going, so 12 laps remaining, hopefully all of which, it would be nice if they were all race laps. It'll be 17 laps completed, and I imagine more than half of it, well, at least half of those, if not more, are under safety car, so really nice to get a bit of a rhythm going. Anyways, when races are like this, it's a bit difficult for the commentator as well as the drivers, to be honest, because you run out of things to say, you're not exactly sure sort of what's going on, and you know, but wow, that safety car really did save XPG's race, didn't it? I mean, he hasn't even dropped to the back now, whereas if we'd have had to do the drive-through and the pit stop under normal race conditions, he would have fallen way behind. So there's the confirmation then, safety car in this lap. let's go to the front runners then. So Daguna leads from JC, although Daguna has a penalty. Big Willie currently sitting in a podium position. Aldini in a brilliant P4, and Ben de Beer in the other Ferrari in P5. So Alpine still having a good race, same as Ferrari. And Alfa Romeo not doing too bad either. Remember, point system means that everybody who finishes will score points. And away we go then. Laguna goes, doesn't get called out. It's going to move us a bit further back because these four are pretty close to each other. Derek picks up a penalty there. Just a 3 seconds. There's Ben de Beer got ahead of Aldini, but Aldini's got a bit of a switchback on him. And did retake the position for a moment, but has lost it again. As he looks to the inside, and I think takes the position back. Oh, he's going to get swamped. He's going to get sandwiched. That was a bit silly. I think everybody's come out of it okay, but that was a bit silly. Sandwiching someone in the middle of that chicane, just asking for trouble, but they've gotten away with it. So some more position change. Look how close these guys are. Oh, and that's the Ferrari round. That's Ben de Beer is round, and Derek's out. So that's Ben, but he is still going. But we lost Derek at that same place as well. Please, game, please, no safety car. Let's keep going. That could easily have been a safety car. I'm surprised we got away with that. This is XPG then, already recovered to 5th place after all that. And I'm gonna... You know, if he was penalty free, I think he might win this race. But because he's got a penalty, you'd think it's going to be difficult for him as he goes round the Alpine of Lando up into P4. I wouldn't rule him out, man. I think he's got a chance. Daguna is for the lead. JC round the outside of Daguna gets the move done before the break-in for the left-hander. And JC takes the lead of the race. We've got a yellow. It's Aldini. That chicane again. Not loving that chicane. Just keep going, Aldini. There's good points on offer just for finishing this race, so make sure you keep going. So DRS once again enabled. This is XPG then. He's got Lando still all over the back of him. But it's going to be Big Willie Fitz who's going to be a bit vulnerable at the moment. With XPG behind him in DRS. Really close enough at the moment, but he'll just be wanting to close the gap up for now. See, closes right onto the back of Big Willie Fitz there. So as he comes out of the chicane, it looks like he's got a good run. I think he's going to be able to get a move done here in the lead up to the left-hander. So through he goes. He's out of energy though, completely out of energy. I suppose he's been using a lot to get through the field. Into a podium position he goes. So remember, Big Willie though is penalty free if he can hang on to the back of him. But at the moment, XPG is looking exceptionally quick. As we have a yellow in sector 3, and that is W-Pool, I think. I'm pretty sure that was W-Pool, who's dropped to 9th, and toasted behind him. So W-Pool having a moment, but continues on. Doesn't need to pit, I don't think, no. So just continues on, and away he goes. Let's go to Lando, who's all over the back of Big Willie. So you would think this is going to be one of the easiest overtakes ever. So he picks up DRS. He's already got it done. They're nowhere near the braking zone yet. Now they brake, and into P4 goes Lando. Obviously, bear in mind these guys' tyres are a lot better than Big Will is, so obviously he needs to try and hold on to the back of them because they all got penalties, but it's obviously hard for him to do with tyres that are much older. But having a good race is Big Willie Fitz. Stayed out of trouble. That's what happens a lot of the time. If you stay out of trouble, you end up with good results. And that's what it's looking like so far. Just the nature of online racing, I guess. Doesn't always happen, mind. Sometimes you have immense races that are completely instant free. They are just brilliant, brilliant races to watch when that happens. Just looking around, we've got nobody inside DRS to the car ahead. JC has pulled away from the Gooner by a second and a half. XPG's behind the Gooner by the same amount. XPG, to make up these places, he's gonna have to. He needs to be able to do it sooner rather than later. W-Pool pits, and is going to sauce to the end. So actually puts that Aldini now up into P10. And XPG had a little moment there out of the chicane, which has just cost him a few temps. There's no real issue. Lando's still just outside the DRS, so he doesn't really want Lando getting inside that DRS, which he just has. Lando not with a big deal of energy, only about 20%, but XPG, as you can see, is pretty much out, well, 10% now. So you would think that Lando will reel him in under DRS, just using a little spurt of energy here and there. But SVG is catching the Gooner ahead, but it's only gradually. It's not as if he's flying up onto the back of him, and that is because the medium tyres won't be designed really to go much more than sort of 12, maybe 13 laps around here. So you've got to bear in mind that on tyre life they're actually quite similar on tyre life, the two sets of tyres now. I don't think the time difference between medium and hards is that big around here, so so let's just go to Lando as he reels in XPG. Well, he was reeling them in. He's just dropped back a little bit. He's dropped out of the RS, so he's going to need to. I was going to say he's going to need to gather him back in through the corners, and he's certainly doing that. 2 temps straight away on the one corner. Now, W-Pool to get anything extra out of this race, actually on track to catch Aldini. He's got the whole of the first straight to gain. I see him flying up onto the back of him at the moment, but it's 15.8 seconds to make up in 6 laps, well, 5.5 laps, so it's a big ask. I don't know yet what penalties Aldini's got. I've seen his name a couple of times, I'm sure. As a big Willie fits his round. Oh, after saying he was having a clean race, that was seeing him get a big result here. He spins it out of turn 3. I've cursed him. I've given him the commentator's curse. I'm so sorry, Big Willie. Blessed in some areas, clearly, but not tonight. He was cursed by myself. XPG then has now caught the Gooner, who I think maybe lost a bit of time when I was going to say Big Willie spun, but actually that wouldn't have affected him, would it? So obviously anything that the Gooner holds XPG up now is going to allow Lando to get onto the back of him. So it's Lando that's potentially gaining here. He has no need to use any energy right now. He can let... Oh, he's still using a bit, but... That was XPG, sorry. But Lando doesn't need to use any air. He could just use the drag and the DRS of the cars ahead. So in the last couple of laps, he's got a lot of energy he can deploy. Lando's got to sort of say to himself here, look, I can literally see second place as XPG takes P2 then off of the Gooner, and Lando will be desperate to get past the Gooner here. The Gooner's going to come back at XPG a bit. Oh, be careful, Lando, you don't want to end up losing a wing, mate. Throwing this good result away. Particularly for the team, P1 and P4 at the moment. This is the thing, see, XPG doesn't have any energy to be able to just pull away here. That he can use. He's going to have to do this purely under driver skill. That will obviously become harder and harder. When he enters DRS, and as the laps tick away and his tyres become older and older, Paul into his own woes. It's actually caught the back of Aldini pretty much. 2.5 seconds off the back of him, but of course he's just had an extra penalty. Next lap I will take a look at the penalties so we've got an idea of what everybody's got. This battle at the moment, I'm so sorry that these guys are getting the monopoly on the airtime. It's just that these are the closest battle. So just looks like XPG's starting to pull away a little bit. I'm not sure what Lando would be thinking. He kind of needs XPG to get away out of the 1 second so that he can get past the Gooner and then catch XPG again. But it does seem like XPG has set up on a low downforce for this track. It does seem exceptionally quick on the straights. He's getting the passes done very easily. But is being caught throughout the corners pretty much the whole lap. So see there, the Gooner takes almost another 10th in that one corner, but he's down to 4 tenths now. We've got a sector 3 yellow, that is W Paul. Around again, just as he caught the back of Aldini, he's gone round, and surely now that will mean the end for him. What was that then? The Gooner seemed very slow out of the chicane, so Right then, here we go then. So Lando is past Daguna and holds position. So Lando straight away back inside the 1 second to XPG. And there is no doubt at all that Lando's tyres are now very much superior to XPG's. So let's take a look at the penalties then. So as you can see in those top lot, we know JC's currently penalty free. XPG and Lando do only have 3 seconds each, so that's a genuine fight for position. The Gooner 9 seconds. So as it stands, he would drop behind Die Hard Swanee, and I think he dropped behind Watson as well. He was recovering well, and he's also right on the back of Swanee. So would love to move to A. Hang on, XPG, you can't be swerving around the track like that. You can make one clear defensive move. You cannot swerve around the track. That is something that in ARC we have asked. This season will be penalised if people are doing it excessively. Oh, as Lando gets all out of shape. Oversteer out the corner, maybe affected by the aero. XPG, the turbulence, whatever it's called. Oh, and Lando picks up 3 seconds, so that probably ends that battle. But I would definitely be having a word myself about that swerving around on the straight from XPG. Oh no, we've lost Big Willie. He's lost it in the same corner he lost it earlier on as well. And he's just round here, as you can see on the left hand side, right on the racing line. So be careful. And I don't think Ben was careful enough. And he's lost it. The car is cleared now. But, sorry, let's get back to the leaders then. As Lando continues to battle with XPG, but we know he has. Oh my word! What was that? Can he get going again, XPG? Well, Lando could be unhappy about the swerving about from XPG on the straight, but he can't justify that for me. He needs to. Well, I think there'll be an investigation out. I won't go into it too much. Shouldn't worry what's on. Just hang in behind him. You got a place in a way. You're going to gain an extra place. Oh no, you're not actually. The Gooner will hold on. Sorry, JC. He crosses the line to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Gets the season off to a great start. Lando crosses the line in P2. But I think there may be an investigation after the race. The Gooner will hold on to P3, I think. Oh no, Watson gets him right to death. Watson does nick it. So Watson takes P3. Final podium slot somehow. But no idea how. So he made 5 pit stops. The Gooner P4, XPG P5, Die Hard, Swanee P6, Demon Toaster 7, Ben the Beard in P8, Aldini P9, W Paul P10. Really unlucky from Big Willie Fitz, he's lost it right at the end. But, in the end, Aldini picked up nice points, just coming through the final couple of corners now. I was wrong when I said I saw Aldini's name come up a couple of times on the penalties. It's just a 1. 3 seconds, and W Paul just finishing his lap off as he comes through the final sector into the penultimate corner, into the final corner, and will be the last man across the line to take P10, which is still a nice points haul with the point scoring system we use. So, hey Shadow. So, again gives driver of the day to Die Hard Swanee. I'll take a look at that in a second and see if I agree with the game on that one. Congratulations to our winner, who did indeed have a fantastic race. There's no arguing that. Which is why I won't need to consider the driver of the day, because I think our race winner may have a say about that, to be honest. Alpine, as it stands right now, P1 and P2. But as I said, I think there may be a little bit of a steward's investigation into the incident at the end. So JC wins the race for Alpine. Lando P2, so 1-2 for Alpine as it stands. Watson P3 from absolutely nowhere, taking 5 pit stops and ends up with a podium. Daguna P4, XPG P5, Die Hard Swanee 6, Demon Toaster 7, Ben de Beeren 8, Aldini 9, W Pool P10. Really unlucky, Big Willie Fitz. You have been classified as P11. Wherever they'll let you have the... Well, actually, you're one of the boss men, aren't you? So why don't you... Yeah, award yourself the points, mate. You were classified. We lost then from the race. Derek, small loss. Box Hunter, FX, Lennon, English, and Bridge. We lost right at the start. Regards driver of the day. I feel a bit mean to do this. Die Hard Swanee starting 18th on the grid, moved up to P6. And in normal circumstances would definitely be deserving of the driver of the day. He's been awarded the game driver of the day. And he deserves that. But for the commentator's driver of the day, I'm going to give it to the race winner, JC, because I think his performance is actually outstanding. He's won the race in the end by 12.6 seconds. But he's kept it penalty free, and yeah, his performance was outstanding. I think he deserves it. So there we have it. Excellent. Well, that is HRF1's opening race for the Monday night season at Abu Dhabi. Incidents all over the place, safety cars galore, but these things happen. It's a new track. Perhaps it would have been better later in the season, maybe when people were a bit more used to the game, but never mind. It's done now, and there we have it. So congratulations to all the guys that finished and have picked up some great points. As always, guys, I know I say this every time, but as always, thank you ever so much to all of you that have tuned in while live, and thanks very much to everybody that watches it back. A lot of people do, so I promise it is really appreciated. That's it for tonight. Enjoy the rest of your Monday evenings. We'll obviously be back next week, same time. I'm just thinking to myself, I think I might be available to do comms again next week. It's not going to be a continuous thing, I'm afraid, on the Mondays, because I will be racing myself Monday nights moving forward, but I'm not entirely sure when my season's due to start, so I might be available next week. But I will be doing the comms on the Sunday night races at 8 PM, so please join for that one next week. Sorry, I'm trying to get to the calendar. So just to confirm next week's race then. Oh, it's a better track so for fighting, so for racing really. So it's Brazil next week at Interlagos. So please join for that. And as I said, hopefully I will be able to do it. So because I've not heard about a start of a season yet, and Leagues tends to do a pre-season race or two before getting going. So I think I'll be available. In a way, thank you ever so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night, and I'm going to eat the rest of my cold food I didn't get to eat through the race. Thanks very much, guys.